Hey guys, this is going to be a review and comparison of the Shengshou Pyraminx and the QJ Pyraminx. So, if you haven't seen my unboxing, please do so. I'll leave it in the description or leave an annotation up here on the screen. So, let's get into the first things first. Colors. The colors, as you can see, they're really different. Okay, let's do a comparison of the yellow. You can see the yellow, this is the Shengshou Pyraminx yellow, and this is the QJ Pyraminx yellow. As you can see, they're very, very different. These are factory stickers, by the way. They're not CubeSmith or Z-Bright or the Cube Specialist stickers or anything. They're the factory of Shengshou stickers. I hope they start producing more of these stickers and put them on their products, so there is no need for us cubers to replace them if we wish. Okay, so as you can see, this one is much, much brighter. This one is so much duller. This is much more appealing than this one. So as you can see right there, the two different color schemes, color shades, and they have different color schemes. This is okay. There's yellow to yellow. When you flick it over the same way as I do, it's the opposite. So it's green, and this is blue. Flick it, it's the other. So these two, it's just the two colors have been switched. Wait, hold up. So yellow, flick it down, green. Yeah. So the green and blue have just been replaced around the other way. So yeah, so it's not the QJ color scheme, this is the normal Shengshou color scheme. Now do the green. The green, as you can see as well, it's really much, much brighter. This one's like the Diane stickers, they're really ugly looking, not that great. And this is the bright red on the Shengshou and the QJ Pyraminx. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this one looks much more orange colored, and this one's just pure red. There and there. Let's flick it over to the blue. Okay, the blue, this is like the CubeSmith half bright plus bright blue. Let's see if I have it here. Kind of. This is on white cube, so it's different looking. But yeah, this is the normal QJ blue stickers, and the feel of the stickers are really quite nice. They're not like too bad or anything. They're just perfect. This one feels really, really thin. It feels like stuck onto the plastic, so like built in with the plastic, so there's like no stickers. You can feel it if you put your nails on it, but if you feel like this, it's like nothing. Whereas if you put your fingers with thumb or anything around this, you can feel the bump. And yeah, the conditions of these on the Shengshou Pyraminx stickers are really great. They haven't chipped or anything, as you can see. They're all perfect. All it has is gathered dust, which is normal for stickers. And yes, so that's the stickers. So let's get into the turning now. The turning on the Shengshou Pyraminx, it's really smooth. Okay, so when I say really smooth, I'm not considering the clicking mechanism. Okay, what I mean, because both of these have the ball bearing clicking mechanism, click into place mechanism. So when I do a turn, when I say it's smooth, I mean it's smooth, but ignore the bumping feel. So the turning on this is really smooth, like really, really nice. Okay, it's a bit like my. It's not really the same, but the feel is a bit like my. Where is my Dian Guhong version 2? Yep, it's down here. The feel, it's a bit like my Dian Guhong version 2. It's really smooth with that little gumminess into it. The gumminess adds into this turning. Because I've lubed this with speedcube.se's lube. And yeah, the turning is really, really nice. Smooth and a bit of gumminess. And the clicking mechanism is really great too. The clicking ball bearing mechanism allows you to not overturn when you solve the Pyraminx. It just helps it click into place. So there's only 3 turns, by the way, because this is Pyraminx, it's a triangle. So it goes click, 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 and click. So the ball bearing mechanism helps it to do its job well, and yeah. And for the QJ Pyraminx, the turning is a bit weird, okay? It feels a bit dry, even though I did lube it, it feels a bit dry. And it just doesn't feel stable, the turning. The turning, it does have the clicking mechanism. And this one, the clicking mechanism, it's more high-pitched, okay? Whereas this one, it's just low-pitched. This one's a bit, as you can see, as you can hear a bit, it's a bit, yeah, it's a bit high, the pitch is a bit higher, the sound. This one is much, much quieter, much, much lower. As for the turning, this one I did lube it and I did tension it, and the turning is still a bit weird. It's not the best Pyraminx. This one it's probably down about the low end of Pyraminx, but the turning is a bit not the greatest. It's just like turning onto something that's a bit rough but dry at the same time. Even though I did lube with Speedcube.se's lube, it still doesn't perform the way this does. It's because of the plastic, probably the two different type of plastics, because from two different companies you can't always use the same things. So the turning, for the turning, the Shengshou wins over, and for the stickers, the Shengshou also wins. Really nice turning, and this one is just, yeah. As for, feeling it, this one does not feel stable, whereas this one feels really stable. This one feels like it's gonna pop, and sometimes when you solve, look at that. It looks like it's gonna drop out, like this piece is gonna pop out. And whereas this one, everything is intact. Nothing is, popping out or anything. Everything is perfectly intact. Whereas some of these, so you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can pick it up, the camera can pick it up. There's like a bigger gaps in every other places on some parts. Yeah, so that, that puts it down a bit, the grade's a bit down a bit. This, yeah, stabilization of this cube's probably not the best. Now, let's get into corner cutting. Corner cutting on this cube is about there. You have to force it through though, but no one uses corner cutting in Pyraminx. That's why they give you the ball mechanism. It allows you to control the cube, control the Pyraminx, I should say, or the puzzle, not the cube. And yeah, it doesn't do quite a lot of corner cutting. It's probably about there. Reverse cutting is about there. But no one uses corner cutting on Pyraminx unless they're really inaccurate and really buttered fingers. And for the corner cutting on the QJ Pyraminx, it does a bit as well. Not as much as the Shengshou. And these are all equal tensions. And I need to tell you something about the QJ Pyraminx that I found so amusing, so weird. Okay, the QJ Pyraminx doesn't use any springs. I know, right? You're like, what? Doesn't. It's just plain screws. No springs, no nothing. No washers. Oh, actually, both of them don't have washers. Am I correct? Both of them? No. The Shengshou has washers, and the QJ Pyraminx just has a screw. That's all. No springs. I found it out when I tried to lube and assemble and retension this thing. It's so weird, and I still don't know how it can turn without. I don't know how it can turn with springs, and the tensions can be quite hard to get it right sometimes on the QJ. But for the Shengshou Pyraminx, it's easy. The tension, all you have to do is tension it properly, and the springs help it, and the washers help it turn really nice. As for lockups, these two puzzles do lock up not quite a bit, sometimes, occasionally. Okay? Because I'm not used to Pyraminx, it's my first ever different type shape puzzles. And turning on these cubes can get a bit out of control sometimes. I can't get it on camera right now, but it does lock up sometimes. Yeah, like that. Yeah, sometimes it can be quite hard to turn. And for the Shengshou Pyraminx, it does lock up. It did lock up on me last time when I tried to do these type of moves or try to perform some algorithms. It locked up at the back. Okay, so somehow it just locked up, and it has happened to me quite a few times. And just today I retensioned it, so I hope it will perform much better than before, because before it was a bit looser than this. And it does lock up at the back sometimes. But for, yeah, for when I think about locking up, this one doesn't feel like it's going to lock up as much as this one. This one I think will lock up quite a bit more because of the pieces that look like they're popping out. They're catching on each other because they're not intact together. And for the Shengshou Pyraminx, everything's perfect, and yeah, lockups can occur, but if you're really accurate and really experienced with the Pyraminx, you probably won't get any lockups. So, the corner cutting, the Shengshou wins it. The lockups, the Shengshou wins it. The QJ is just a cheap little puzzle, but the quality is not as great as the Shengshou Pyraminx. Now I'm going to show you guys the mechanism, and I'll compare both of the mechanisms for you guys, and hope you guys will, understand how the mechanism work. So let me grab this. Okay, as you can see, I did disassemble it here, right here. So let's check these out. These look pretty much the same, right? They look pretty much the same, except for the core, which the QJ has this little bridge kind of looking thing right there. And this one is just like the normal Shengshou cores, and yeah. It doesn't look any different. Nothing too major. There's not much difference. There's only some tabs here on the QJ Pyraminx, whereas this one it's all filled up. Yeah, nothing much different. Nothing different. So for the pieces, this is the QJs. Okay, so the pieces are so different. This is, I think they call it the edge piece. So here it is. You can see it's just a small wee tab on the QJ Pyraminx. Okay, it's just a small wee tab. And for the Shengshou Pyraminx, it's much longer, and you can see some excess plastic right there. It's much longer, and they have dips like the Zanchis or any Diane products. They have dips on it right there. And whereas these ones, it's just a small wee tab with nothing. It's just a triangle with some extended pieces, plastic. So as you can see here, this is like the edge piece, I think they call it. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments below. And yeah. And this is the centerpiece. Let's grab this one. I think the ball bearing has left. Oh man, where's the ball? Oh, I'll figure that out after. Okay, so this is the centerpiece. Okay, so let's start off on the caps up the top. These ones on the QJ are much sharper. When you take it off, you'll go, ah, the first time, because there's sharp parts here. And on this Shengshou Pyraminx, once you take it off, it's nothing, because it's all rounded up, and everything is rounded off instead of the sharpness of this. So, this is the top view. They look about the same. Bottom view, yeah, as you can see, the Shengshou has much more of a dip into it than the QJ. The QJ is just triangular with some cut-off points, and yeah. So here are the pieces. Alright, so I'm back. I've assembled it. And one thing I forgot to mention was both of the tips, under the tips where I showed you the sharp points on the thing and this rounded point on the thing, under that thing has a ball bearing on it. So it also allows it for it to turn in place. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys how the tips feel. The tips on this one, QJ, you can't really feel the ball bearing working. And on this one you can. You can even hear it. Okay, and for the QJ you can't hear a thing. It's all dry. You can hear a bit, but it's nothing major. So yeah, the tips, this one definitely feels better. Now, recommendations. Which one do I recommend? I'd recommend the Shengshou, okay? On Cube Depot, I believe it's only $9, and on 51 More Fun, it's about $10, I think, $10 or $11. And yeah, go get it from both places. If you're international, I don't know, just go shop around, see what you like better. And yeah, on this one costs $9 on Cube Depot, if I'm not wrong. But I think on 51 More Fun, it's about $10 to $11. As for the QJ Pyraminx, it's quite cheap. On 51 More Fun, I think it's about it's either $5 to $6 or something. But if you go for the Pyraminx, Shengshou Pyraminx, it's better. It performs much nicer, and you pay an extra $2 or $3 for a better puzzle, I should say, better Pyraminx. And yeah, the QJ is just not the greatest. Everything feels really cheap. This one. As for this one, it feels much nicer. So I recommend you guys go get the Shengshou Pyraminx instead of the QJ Pyraminx. If you want to, just try QJ Pyraminx out for yourself, I'm not here to stop you from buying that. Try the QJ Pyraminx out. You probably might even like the QJ Pyraminx more. This is all my opinion, but it's my recommendation for you guys. I will recommend this one, Shengshou Pyraminx, and there is no need to change stickers, and it's much more appealing than this one. Okay guys, so that is my review and comparison. Hope you guys can decide on which one you should buy, and I hope you guys enjoy this review, And I hope I didn't ramble on too much or bore you guys out. And yeah, and also comment down below if you have any questions or something I didn't cover. Something I didn't cover. And yeah, that's basically it. So comment, rate, and subscribe as usual. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a great day.